first off, I'd like to say all praises to your home watching our shine. We will honor the apostles of great stone and shout out to the guys in the highways and byways. Pushing this now sincerity and truth. So brother Aaron from the Genesis Jamaica camp.
Brother Kanai.
Basically also when the scripture basically show that Yahweh Shai set an example about us suffering and about being basically giving up all for the truth, even in your life, which is a thing where even in the beginning stage, the disciples they never really have full grasp on it, and all the time when they speak to them, they never really get that. What?
Mark chapter 8, verse 29, and he said unto them, But who say ye that I am? And Peter answered and said unto him, Thou art a Mashiach. And he charged them that they should tell no man of him.
Exactly, so the Lord basically showed them, say, look, you're the Messiah. You're right in the way you say you're the Messiah. What?
And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again.
Exactly, so the basically show them, say, look here. Now, dead. Not the ultimate way, come down to you and tell them, say, look here. You're the Messiah and this is my job. This is what the Father sent me to do. What?
And he spake that saying openly, and Peter took him and began to rebuke him. But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, Get thee.
So basically, when them hear someone that basically them get Peter basically get frantic, it's like in losing cool, because what? He never agreed that, he never rest well in the spirit. You hear that the Yahweh Shai basically they get put to death. Reason being in basically they think carnal, and they think about the preservation of the flesh, and they think about basically he never there put death in the world mix I was supposed to get done. Which that was prophesied that Yahweh Shai basically get put to death. What?
He rebuked Peter, saying, Get thee behind me, Satan, but thou savorest not the things that be of Yahweh.
And notice what he say, he turned and looked on his disciples and then he rebuked Peter. Because obviously when that get done, they would have a particular reaction. The Yahweh would have realized, look here, look like them in agreement with what Peter said. So in basically they have to dispel that out of their mind to say, look here. Them show it, as a matter of fact, he used Peter as an example to show them, so look here. You know, with that what Peter just said, so them him rebuke Peter in front of them to make them know, so look here. And that this thing is all about. We come to do what the Mosai send me to do, and him send me for death. What?
For the things that be of men, and when he had called the people unto him.
But him say, Peter says the thing of men, and not of the Lord. Reason being, a man alone think about the preservation of life, or the flesh. I think that is a carnal attribute, because guess what? A bigger player was a bigger thing was in play, the spiritual aspect, and the will of the Most High, which was supposed to be done, which is supposed to be above everything else. Whether I want me towards life or death, the Most High will supposed to always come first, despite of how you feel about the flesh. But
and when he had called the people unto him, with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel, the same shall save it.
Exactly. Because what? The Lord, you can't take enough of the Lord, basically give your life, You can't take enough of the Lord, raise you up from the dead. So we are about the flesh, the flesh basically being destroyed. We are all about giving up all these carnal things, everything we have in this world. And the Lord created you, including your life. So why matter if the Lord take it back from you? It don't really matter at any idea. Because look here, anything you give up now, the kingdom are 10 times better, If you get the script in a matter say, anybody will give up anything basically, you might get it double fold, So if you give up one woman, you'll get 100 fold. Which we don't really 100 like the specific number, but the point is, anything you give up, you'll get it back in abundance, So nothing really matter where you give up on this side and you're supposed to be afraid to give up anything, yo. Because for you give up your life for this truth, you know. It's like you basically paying $1 basically for a kingdom, yo. And come to $1. All I got to money, yo. Remember say the most I do all things, yo. The most I preserve all life, the most I give life, the most I take life, yo. So just like when you take it from me, the simple thing give up, all else you need to do is having the frame in your frame and say, look here, the will of your harbor Shemel Shai is in play, yo. Because as long as you have faith towards these things, you have good ones have faith towards the kingdom of heaven, you're going to receive it, yo. Because look here, the man is not and the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Obviously if you're dead, you still have the kingdom either way. See? I guess that the disciples them never really get that, yo, and then you have to rebuke it. You have to rebuke that spirit and make them understand. So look here, you have to do, and the flesh is nothing, yo. You have to deny yourself. What?
Right, 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 12. Yea, and all that will live godly in Mashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution.
Exactly. So if it's a thing where them are afraid, like them afraid, people over there are afraid, him over there, that means that yo, them now can do the work here because what? Them are fear, say look here, we're gonna get put to death. Just like how Yahushua get put to death, yo. So basically when you're on this truth, you can't fear death, yo. It's because yo, strive for the truth and the death. And basically that's the concept we never get, yo. The Lord basically reinforce that. So, you need this truth, brothers, you have to know so we're not persecuted, just like how the Lord himself was persecuted. Yeah?
Acts chapter 21, verse 13. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep and to break mine heart? For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahushua.
Exactly. So in idea, yo, you're supposed to be willing to die for this thing, yo. Just like how Yahushua, you're ready and willing to die, yo. Because what? You have pleasure and the will of the Heavenly Father, yo. If the will of Yahushua is for you to get put to death, then so be it, yo. But also it can be willing to deliver you. The thing is either way it go, you're supposed to be willing, yo. What?
Sorry. Hebrews 12 and verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, the Lord are rewarded, yo. It's just that you have to suffer. Because look here, really and truly, Yahushua the one that show off the perfect, yo. In return, come show it where so that where it take to be delivered, yo. Because if you never have Yahushua as an example, we wouldn't know what to do, yo. Would have still be carnal, but Yahushua come show it the whole spiritual aspect of everything, yo. And him come and him walk the walk and show say, yo, this is how you obtain perfection, yo. This is how you have to be one with the Father, with, no matter what, you just stick to him and do what himself do and what is required. And have faith to know say, yo, it's a just power, yo. That's the mindset you need to have. Once you have the mindset and that faith, then trust me, you're going to make it true no matter what, whether you get put to death or whether you make it unto the end. Anywhere the Lord being fit you. What?
Verse 3. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
Exactly. I have to think about that, because that's why I'm going to show them, so look here, you need to have that. Because if you never do that, then probably when the persecution and tribulation come, they would have been faint, yo. That's why I'm telling them, say, yo, you tell them these things from before, yo. And that's why I'm coming and say, the comfort of all things to remembrance. See? So, brothers, just need to look on that, especially you younger brothers coming into this truth, yo. This is a serious thing, yo. You say your life on the line, just like how your house shall life upon the line, yo. And it means say, yo, you know, actually being like you have to get put to death, like I said earlier. It can be like now we are get persecuted because really and truly we now live right now, yo. The scripture say how we are dead in the Howard Shire because this is what we are trying to live in. And that's straight persecution, but it's only for your time. It's like we are live but we not live, yo. We are live but we not live. But when the destruction come, the time of Jacob, the trouble come, and all I get past, then when the Yahweh reign and I live, we have to live with the Yahweh as well, and we have to enjoy the pleasures of our comedy kingdom, yo.
Glorious, yeah, man, our people. Yeah, man, get a woman, have kids and themselves. So we can continue to see the glorious in the sight of any man. Right? But at the same time, the scripture tell us, say, you know, send your opinion is a kind of because they want to work. Right? They want to suffer. Right? They want to be put to death. You see me? So then again, you have to look for it and know, say, well, that is not living. Why is it that they are going to be here and then certain things, you know, in the sense you do? You can't set up anything on this side because they get destroyed. It's not living.
And you can even add to it. And a part of the suffering too, why if Yahweh you have to go through that? Because as we say, suffering make you perfect. No. All the Yahweh they do to Yahweh is preparing him and building him. So him can, when he get the kingdom, he can rule it the right way, yo. He may make him perfect. As the scripture said, the first Adam, basically, by one, the sin entered into the world, and by one, and be perfect. Basically, for those who have faced here, Adam, basically, they get prepared to rule the earth the right way, yo, which is Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai, they get prepared. And just like how him get prepared when him have the power, the same thing we have to go through, so we can be prepared for when we enter the kingdom, where we are going to basically know how to rule in our righteousness. So just like how to get to that level, we take only for sorrow. That's why I say how him have wisdom and knowledge, increase it in sorrow, because that's how you learn. You go through your experiencing, you fall down, you get back up, and it's a learning process, yo.
The scripture says, foolishness is born in the heart of a child, and the rod of correction shall have it far from him. This is the rod of correction of Esau. Was used as a rod of correction for our people when they go off of the laws, the statutes, and the commandments that was given to us. Right? So that this is the correction we are getting now. That is the reason we're out here suffering like this.
And not only Esau, because if we check back right from the time of Kings, when Solomon they rule and they will start off, we get persecuted to a series from the Assyrians, the Babylonians, and they take the time come down. Basically, you can say the whole statue was the rather correction now because we passed through all of them hidden in your hand here, but what? As time goes on, we have the records, and Yahweh shall come and basically explain the things, open up understanding to the things of old, so we can basically get ourselves right with Yahweh, with the Father Yahweh, through the perfection of the Spirit and the building of the mind. Basically, the Lord gets put in our mind to understand now, yo, because we learn through it, and now we understand why the law is so whenever they forgot, because we read in the scriptures how it was when you have the law and we compare it to how we are living now, yo. So based off how we exercise ourselves now, we understand how we're supposed to carry ourselves, yo.
Alright. Back to Hebrews 12 verse 5. And ye have forgotten exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faith when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If you endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Exactly, and that's why the Lord Yahweh did to Yahweh Shai, and part of the Yahweh Shai being chastised was basically him being put to death. And just like Yahweh Shai was son, and we have become sons, we have to learn, so now, we have to walk in that way just the same, yo. We have to push towards that and also look here, it's all for betterment, yo. So, as you said, we start off on as you say, part of the correction is come with even death. And brothers are supposed to fear death, yo. Because what? The Lord give up in life, you say, and trust, hell. When the time of the mark of the beast, why you have to take the chip and eat for a moment, and the Lord still have destroy us, so you know, you damn if you do and you damn if you don't, yo. So better you damn in righteousness, or basically you get punished and live in a righteousness than to actually do wickedly and basically get put to death either way, yo. Because you have the benefits of suffering for righteousness, yo, and you have the punishment to basically have glory and wickedness. So better suffer for righteousness than glory and wickedness, yo.
Both sufferation and death on both sides.
Done.
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, he had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
Exactly. So he said, please the Lord to bruise him. Why please the Lord to bruise him? Just like you have a son, and you say, oh boy, I know my son already, so you know never. Now put him through a series of tests. Where we want him, when we can see him up on the level where at time if you get them, you build him up, and you put him through them trials, and you see him suffer and thing, and you see him wall out, and you see him tough it out and make it to the end, yo. It's the please of you actually bruise him, yo. You're glad to do it because what? It's him beating at the one where you want him to be, him be the son where you want him to be.
The perfect result.
Yeah, him bring the result, the desired result, yo.
Right.
So just like that, yo. The same thing. So we have the other in our mind. So if we want to be favored by the Lord, we have to go through trials and make it through and suffer these things. So in God, listen, here my son, them endure and them hold fast in it and them ready. See, and that's what it's all about, yo. So stop thinking about the flesh and say, oh, but I'm dead. And all that. Yeah, naturally you have a fear, but the fear of the Lord is greater, yo, and you pray for strength. That's the same. It's kind of easy to say, but you just try to get brothers, stir up brothers' mind actually. Meditate, so.
Don't give up fruit.
So if that a year a lot, yo, you just endure to the end, yo, and just know say you have a reward, yo. What?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end.
Exactly. That is exactly where Yahweh, with Yahweh Shai, and through Yahweh Shai, same thing the Lord is doing right now, yo. And the same thing. I will say I'm just really want, this might be repetitive, but I just push the point to make brothers understand the full depth of what it's really all about, yo, because they say the flesh after nothing or the words that I speak unto I speak on their life. So it's not about the flesh, yo. The Lord can make you up a flesh any day of the week, any time of the year, yo. You don't take nothing for the Lord, your flesh, yo. Nothing at all. You don't take the Lord, you have nothing, you don't take nothing for the Lord, there anything at all, yo. So just focus on the lesson that is at hand, and when you can learn and push all them carnal things aside, yo. As a matter of fact, one of them get that put far from the mortal thoughts.
So, the first epistle general of John 4 and 17. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as Eve is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. Because fear are torment, he that feareth is not made perfect in love.
Exactly, because if you love the Lord, if you love the Lord, that means you know the Lord, yo. If you love Yahweh Shai, that means you know them, yo. So you know, say, yo, them can give you whatever them promise you. So in the matter, we are put aside, even your own life, in the matter if you're dead, yo. And we say, yo, think about the test. What the Lord I try to teach me, I'm supposed to tough out these series of things because at the end of the day, I'll get them back and I'll get it better, yo. That's what I'm supposed to push.
Right.
This thing go longer than I expect, but this is spirit, there's a roll with it, you know? What?
Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth: fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Exactly. Mortify your members upon earth, yo. And we get in that stage where we start detach ourselves from things, yo. But in our balance, because you know sometimes brothers might take certain things the wrong way. We not try to say, oh, the righteous overmuch and don't function in the world. The scripture says, wise are serpents, almonds are dumb. But at the end of the day, it's like time we're supposed to detach yourself from certain things, yo. What I want to family, where they want the woman, they want the certain desires and certain egos and goals, when they are pushing up. The prophecies never fulfilled right left and center, you know, and as me I speak this will become for myself more so because me are the one where I said this, you know. Suppose I get to the point where we are basically give up on life, both when I want to be thrown afflictions or when the time comes, when if the Lord put in a situation to get people to death.
It's Ecclesiasticus 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
Exactly, so imagine that, yo. Imagine that, you see how striving for the truth and to death, yo. That's how it said, and the Lord shall fight for you. So sometimes I might do the things that you might feel like, say, yo, you're about to die, yo. I want to look, or the moment you think you're out, at the time when the Lord has got some. I'm going to escape some things by the skin of teeth, yo. My faith. That's how it all boils down to, yo. Because what? The Lord will fight for you, yo. One.
It's Ecclesiastes 14 and 14. Let go from the mortal thought. Cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thought that are heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from this time.
Exactly. So they will put away from the mortal thoughts, so anything you want to have a stress on you, say the burdens of man. Any little thing when you feel like occupying your mind, no one time to say that just say, oh fuck it, yeah, I'm going to do it. The Lord will do that. No. So basically, burden you have some things like, for example, more if it's a case where you make people there, like me not have money or something like that, I really want to do something. Let's say, you know what, fuck it, yo, just love it, yo. And then the surprise, let's see how the Lord just turn it around, or sometimes the Lord don't turn it around, but at the end of the day, just do this. Just push this, yo. That the only thing you're supposed to really worry about is this word, yo. Just push to the best ability. Just push as much as I can. When I want me to make sign, when I want me to hold post, when I want me to arm a beer, when anything but beneficial to the world, giving brothers advice.
Yes, please.
All them things, just make sure say all the way I put the energy in. And we are look forward to do with me and the brother and pushing this word, yo. Everything else can take the back burner. See? Just know that the world comes first, even unto death, yo.
Appreciate it.
I'll wrap this up, so just go on.
Psalms chapter 116 verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints.
Read that again. You need no pain than that, yo. What?
Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints.
Exactly. So brothers, keep that in mind, yo. See me? The Lord say, yo, he that save his life shall lose it. But he that loses his life shall find it. So precious in the eyes of the Lord is the death of his saints, because he show where you truly lie, yo. He show which by you stand. And once the Lord say, yo, you're close unto him, you all your heart desire more, yo.
Because basically, when you love something, you basically fight for it until death. You see me, I bring up one word. It's pessimism, and it says a feeling of belief that bad things will happen in the future. A feeling or belief that what you hope for will not happen in terms of good things. You know, for hope for a bag of prosperity, worldly things. You see me? You have to be a pessimist. Just expect that bad things are going to happen. When them come, you deal with it better. If you try to be an optimist and think the best, when the worst comes, you're going to fail.
Yeah, so we say let's be pessimistic according to the world, and optimistic according to the truth, yo. So that we say, call Allah, how about Chanel Shai, and honest the apostles of the stone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways, pushing this word in our sincerity and truth.